India is a country of immense diversity, culture, and beauty, but it's also home to cities that struggle with high crime rates and safety challenges. In 2024, several cities continue to face rising violence, theft, organized crime, and public safety concerns, making them particularly dangerous for residents and visitors alike. From bustling metropolises to historical hubs, these cities are grappling with significant issues that affect everyday life. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the top 10 most dangerous cities in India in 2024, exploring the reasons behind their high crime rates and what makes them hotspots for danger. Whether you're a traveler, a resident, or just curious, it's crucial to understand the risks associated with these cities. Let's dive in. 10. Jaipur. Jaipur, known for its rich cultural heritage and as a major tourist destination, has seen a rise in crime over the years. Tourist scams, including overcharging, fake goods, and fraudulent tour operators, are common, particularly in areas frequented by foreigners. Petty crime, such as pickpocketing and bag snatching, is rampant in crowded markets and tourist attractions like the Amber Fort and Hawa Mahal. In recent years, the city has also experienced a disturbing increase in violent crimes, including sexual assault and domestic violence. The safety of women in Jaipur, particularly after dark, has become a critical issue, with several high-profile cases highlighting the dangers women face in public. 9. Patna. Patna, the capital of Bihar, is often ranked as one of the most unsafe cities in India, particularly due to its high crime rate and political instability. Kidnappings, extortion, and murders are alarmingly common, with organized crime playing a significant role in many of these activities. Criminal syndicates and political gangs exert considerable influence over the city's governance, often leading to violent clashes and corruption at the highest levels. Public infrastructure in Patna is also lacking, which contributes to an overall sense of insecurity, particularly in poorly lit and under-policed neighborhoods. The city is also notorious for crimes against women, with numerous cases of sexual violence and harassment reported each year. Law enforcement efforts are often hampered by a lack of resources, corruption, and political interference, making it difficult to tackle the city's rampant crime problem effectively. 8. Lucknow. Lucknow, the capital of Uttar Pradesh, faces significant challenges in maintaining law and order, particularly with violent crimes. Murders, assaults, and kidnappings are alarmingly frequent, making it one of the most dangerous cities in northern India. The city is also notorious for political violence and clashes between rival groups, which often escalate into street fights and riots. Corruption is rampant within local law enforcement, and the influence of political leaders on policing further hinders the justice system. The city's close proximity to rural areas plagued by poverty and lack of employment has led to a migration of people looking for work, which has resulted in higher crime rates in urban zones. Women's safety is also a major concern in Lucknow, with frequent reports of harassment, sexual assault, and domestic violence. Despite several initiatives aimed at improving security, the crime rate remains high, and public trust in the police is low. 7. Pune. Pune is often perceived as a peaceful alternative to its bustling neighbor Mumbai, but it has its own challenges when it comes to crime. The city has seen a sharp rise in property-related crimes, such as burglaries and vehicle theft. Street crimes like chain snatching and pickpocketing are common in crowded areas, especially around popular marketplaces and educational institutions. Pune's large student population is both a blessing and a challenge, as the influx of young people often leads to increased cases of drug abuse and alcohol-related violence. The city's nightlife, though relatively modest, has seen its share of violent altercations and assaults. Crimes against women, including harassment and stalking, are also rising despite efforts to create a safer environment for women through awareness campaigns and stricter law enforcement. While this city remains relatively safe compared to other major Indian cities, its rapid urbanization and the expanding population have led to an increase in criminal activity. 6. Hyderabad. Hyderabad has witnessed significant growth in terms of population and urbanization, but this development has come with its own set of crime challenges. Crimes such as chain snatching, house burglaries, and street violence are on the rise, especially in rapidly growing suburban areas where law enforcement presence is limited. Hyderabad's Old City area is notorious for communal clashes and religious tensions, which sometimes lead to violent outbreaks. The city also faces a growing drug problem, with both local and international drug trafficking networks using Hyderabad as a transit point. Sexual crimes against women, particularly harassment in public spaces and cases of domestic violence, have also seen a disturbing rise. Corruption within local authorities, including law enforcement, further exacerbates the problem, making it difficult to maintain public trust and security. The city's burgeoning tech industry also faces its share of cybercrime, with increasing cases of online fraud and hacking targeting individuals and businesses alike. 5. Bengaluru. Bengaluru, India's tech capital, is not immune to rising crime rates despite its position as a major hub for IT and innovation. The influx of people from across the country seeking jobs in the city's booming tech sector has led to overcrowding and strained public services. This, in turn, has resulted in an increase in theft, assault, and street crime. Cybercrime is particularly rampant in Bengaluru, given the city's association with technology and innovation. Scammers and hackers frequently target both individuals and businesses, engaging in activities such as identity theft, online fraud, and financial manipulation. In addition to cybercrime, Bengaluru faces challenges with violent crime, particularly in poorly policed suburban areas. Crimes such as burglary, chain snatching, and robbery are common in the city's expanding residential zones. Drug abuse and trafficking have also become pressing concerns, especially among the city's youth. Furthermore, sexual harassment and assault cases have been reported in public places, which has made women's safety a critical issue for local authorities to address. 4. Chennai. Chennai has long been considered one of India's safer metropolitan areas, but in recent years, crime has been on the rise. Crimes against women, such as harassment, stalking, and domestic violence, have increased, prompting widespread concern about women's safety in the city. Economic disparity between the affluent and the working-class population in Chennai's urban areas has also led to a spike in crimes such as robbery, burglary, and theft. Areas with high migrant populations, including construction workers and daily laborers, often see higher crime rates due to the lack of stable employment and social services. Gang violence, particularly in the outskirts of the city, is another growing issue, with organized groups engaging in drug trafficking and extortion. Traffic violations and hit-and-run cases have also contributed to an increasing sense of lawlessness on the city's roads. While the city remains more peaceful compared to some other metros, these rising trends in crime require more vigilant law enforcement. 3. Kolkata. Kolkata, the cultural capital of India, is not immune to crime despite its intellectual and artistic heritage. The city has witnessed a sharp rise in violent crime, including murder and assault, in recent years. Human trafficking is a major concern, with Kolkata serving as a transit point for traffickers exploiting vulnerable populations, including women and children. Kidnappings, forced prostitution, and labor exploitation plague the city. Additionally, corruption within local law enforcement and bureaucracy hampers efforts to combat these issues. Street crime is also prevalent, particularly in older parts of the city, where muggings and burglaries are common. Kolkata's proximity to the Bangladesh border also makes it a hub for smuggling activities, including narcotics and counterfeit currency, which adds to its criminal profile. Political unrest and clashes between rival parties frequently lead to violence in certain districts, making parts of the city unsafe for residents and visitors alike. 2. Mumbai. Mumbai is often seen as the city of dreams, but behind its glamorous facade, it harbors significant danger zones, particularly within its sprawling slum areas. Home to over 20 million people, the city's vast and complex social structure creates numerous challenges in maintaining law and order. Petty crime like pickpocketing, robbery, and street theft are rampant, especially in crowded areas like local train stations, markets, and tourist spots. Dharavi, one of the largest slums in the world, is a hub for illicit activities, including drug trafficking, illegal gambling, and gang violence. The influence of organized crime syndicates, such as the remnants of the D Company, has diminished over the years, but they still hold sway in certain areas. Women's safety is another pressing concern, with frequent reports of harassment, especially in public spaces. While the police have made strides in curbing violent crime, overcrowding and socio-economic disparity continue to fuel criminal activity. The economic divide between the rich and the poor leads to increased tension, contributing to Mumbai's crime statistics. 1. Delhi. Delhi, India's capital city, faces significant security concerns despite its position as the heart of the nation. With a population of over 30 million, its sheer size makes law enforcement incredibly challenging. The city grapples with various types of crime, including violent crime, property crime, and corruption. Delhi is particularly notorious for sexual violence, earning a reputation as one of the most dangerous cities for women in India. The frequency of rape cases and sexual harassment incidents, especially on public transport and in poorly lit areas, remains alarmingly high. Although law enforcement has implemented several women-focused safety initiatives, including a special helpline and women-only police stations, the results have been limited. Additionally, the sprawling nature of the city means that many neighborhoods, especially those on the outskirts, remain underpoliced. Gangs, drug trafficking, and organized crime groups also operate in various parts of the city, contributing to its notoriety. The rise of cybercrime, financial fraud, and digital scams in the city has made matters worse, affecting not only residents but also businesses.